Turnaround time there, Willie. You're live, as they'd say.
I'm alive, alright, fucking half dead.
So,
Are you alright?
yeah, I'm good.
Well,
I'm not on screen now, it's
the
just
story
you.
About Murphy. He was called Murphy. Everybody called him Murphy. He was a man of all trades. Could do anything. No. He could build. He could build. He could do carpentry work. Could do farm work. He could do anything. And yet he wasn't a tradesman. So he was coming down the road and he met a pile of young fellas, young lads, about 17. And they said, where are you after, Murphy? Well, he said, I'm going down to the dairy now to get a bit of butter. They said, what do you want butter for? Well, he said, what do you want butter for? He said, when you're sitting down with your dinner. He said, you're hardly going to take it. He said, look at this. So he said, were you at the football match? They said, after dinner there's a big match, you're coming down to it. We need all the support we can get. He said, you get all the support you want anyway, he said, because he said, all the kids will be down there, and all the grown-ups, he said. So he said, what do you want me for? I have things to do. Anyway, this old woman came out, or one of the houses, and she says, come here, I want you, Murphy. Yes, ma'am. He said, what can I do for you? I have a wall at the back. You've been promising me for the past 12 months. You do it. Well, he said, each time I came, there was no cement there. There was no sand there. And I asked you to get me a bag of lime, he said. Well, he said, you don't seem to ever have the money, he said. When I can't afford, he said, to pay for it. But I'll build a wall for you, he said, you get the stuff. So she runs into the house and she picks up the phone. And she said, send up the cement now, she said, and the sand. He's here, that man is here. And I'll pay you on the delivery. So the man goes up anyway with the sand. And Murphy says, so, what are you building? That little wall here. He said, you have 20 tons of sand here. He said, and 2 tons of cement. But that's just here now. He said, we'll hold on to it. He said, she said, why your gear? He said, I have to go home, please. And then he walking down the road. He said, when I met, he said, it's all the kids. I know, she said, they're the black ass, she said. And they're the ones that knocked my wall down. So he said, well, he said, young people are young people. He said, what can you expect? They want to follow you, he said. The trouble is, she says, if I follow him, she says, I'm liable to kill one if I catch him. And I don't want that to happen. So he goes up and makes his deal and comes on the bike. She says, is that a high Lizzie? No, he said. It's a 28-inch wheel in the front, he said, and a 26 in the back. She says, it's like a high Lizzie. It's not, he said, it's a man's bike. The high Lizzie, he says, the bar goes like a banana, coming down. So, what's this, she said, I don't know much about him. So he started walking around building the wall. When he had the wall done, I have another job in here, you know, she said. So he goes into the kitchen, and all the brickwork was down in the kitchen. He said, I don't mind doing the wall, he said. I'll give you a price for the wall, but she said, you can give me a price for the lot. Is there more work? No, she said, I don't think so. So he started doing up the brickwork. He said, can you get me a bag of lime? He said, lime, she said. Yes, he said, you have to have lime for that wall, he So she said, I'll get on to him. So she rang him up anyway, and your man said, he'll be passing in about 10 minutes and he'll bring in the bag of lime to her, because he had deliveries in that direction. So your man comes with a bag of lime, and when Murphy gets the shovel bit out, throws it in the sand, mixes it up, and he's walking away. And she said, what's the difference between the cement and the sand? Well, he said, cement, he said, doesn't hold as good as the lime. And he said, I'd be able to walk away, he said. There was a lot of soot, he said, and that fireplace should have been cleaned out. That's good enough, she said. And he said, I'll do the job. He said, I don't think it'll fall down, but he put a shovel of cement through the mortar just to keep the brickwork together. So he finished that job. Come here, she said, I have another job upstairs for you. So he goes upstairs, and all the window sills are all broken down. He said, name of God, he says, how did that happen? Well, I was here the other night, she said, and there was a crowd of fellas come along back at me, she said. So she said, I had a lump hammer there, she said, and I knocked the brickwork off the wall. I opened the window, she said, and I split one fella in the skull. So they keep across the road now, she said. And he said, what if you had killed him? Oh, she said, that's their problem, it's just not mine. And I used too many bricks. So he said, I'll have to go down and search around for brickwork. Well, if you don't get bricks, you still get a couple of big rocks. Won't they do? If they do you, he said, I'll do it. So he mixed up mortar and him and threw it in and made a nice job with it. She said, that's grand enough. She said, how much do I owe you? 5 bob, he said. What? She said, 5 shillings? It didn't cost me that much for the cement and sand. He said, why did you get it for nothing? Oh, yes, she said, I did. And she said, I told him we were doing charity work. But he said, that's all wrong. And so she said, he's a good man and he has a good heart. So I got 2 tons of cement, and I got all that for nothing. He said, do you ever think it's when you go to bed at night that you won't wake up in the morning? And she said to him, if I die, I'll die, she said. Anyway, she says, I'm an old lady, she said. I'm in my 80s. I'm not a young girl anymore, she said. So she said, I could, my old heart would kick off any time. So she said, 5 shillings a lot of money to me, Murphy. She said, what is it? It's a lot to me too. I built your wall, he said. I done your fireplace, he said, and I done your windowsill. Are you sure there's nothing else? No, he said, for the 5 shillings. Well, she says, we have the sand in the cemetery. She says, you go with an old bit of concrete out there and make a footpath for me. Are you sure? No, he said, that's all you want. That's all I want, she said. Murphy said, I think it's years. He said, she's gone. Are you in full shilling? Of course I'm a full shilling, she said. She said, put her hand in the other pocket. She said, look, there's 5 shillings, but she said, you're not getting till the job is done. But he said, I gave you a price for the wall. I gave you a different price, he said, for the fireplace. And another price for the windowsill. And you want it all done for 5 shillings. That's right, she said. And think about the charity work, he said. When you die, Murphy, you'll go straight to heaven. He said, there's a chance of that. She said, you're a young man, my Murphy, she said. And she said, you're not like me. I had a shocking life, she said. What kind of life had you? Oh, she said, I had men by the dozen. I do, he said, I had, she said. I was the belly of the ball, she's in the 20s. And I wore out more men, she said. They knew how wore out shoe leather. I wore them out. And spent millions of pounds, she said, I went all over the world and had a good time. And when I'm sitting there in the chair in the evening time, she said, on my own, I just have a good laugh. But I know I'm not my own, she said. Because, she said, all those people that's dead now, she said, they'll still curse me. So she said, it doesn't bother me one bit. He said, have you no conscience? No, she said. Did you ever go to confession? When I went to confession first, she said. Did your priest ever come to you and confess his sins to you? She said, when the rain falls down, she said, you don't see it falling up to you. He said, what do you mean by that? Well, she said, if it rains, it comes out of the sky. But you never see it rising from the ground going up into the sky, do you? That's me, she said. I don't bother, neither does the priest, and he doesn't give a shite one way or the other what happens, so long as he gets what he wants. And I got enough of it, she said. He said, you're a tough woman, he said, to be talking like that to me. He said, I don't like that kind of talk at all, you know, I said, I want to live my life, have a good life, help people out, he said, as much as I can. But when I give him a prize of $5, he said, I'd like to get the $5. Well, she said, when you have the footpath done, I'll give you the $5. I think that's a fair deal. And I remember, I'm in all this, you know, she said, and think it is charity work, she said, you don't. He says, that's what you call it. So this girl comes along, she was passing up from the dairies. Hey, Buckley, she said, doing a big job inside? Yeah, he said. She said, you'll be able to afford the dances Saturday night? I will, he said. How much is it to go in anyway, he said. Well, she said, for a start, you can't come up within boots, you know, she said, because if you kick somebody in the head, you'll kill him. And she said, there'll be a smell of cow shit off you. Because you are all cow shit, mostly. He said, what do you expect, he said, from a cow? He said, he doesn't come out wrapped, he said, he comes out clean. He goes in there, he said, he goes in one hole and out the other. So he said, it makes the cows happy. I'll go to the dance, he said, and I'll be dressed up. So off anyway she goes. Don't forget now, she said, I'll be down, she said, to the house tonight for you. 7 o'clock. Oh, he said, are you bringing the car? Oh God, no, she said, we'll walk it. We'll cross the fields, must be like we always do. But he said, the only time I ever crossed the fields with you, he said, was when we were small. He said, we haven't crossed it since. Well, she said, not if you get him no more, neither are you, little boy, you're a grown man. And Murphy started laughing, he said, so there's prospects, is there? Well, you never know, she said. You can't burn she said, the fire at both ends. There's only one way it goes. Oh, he said, you know, he said, I'm a young man. I like, he said, to sow my oats, he said. You might be a young man, she said, and you want to sow your oats, but she said, it won't sow with me. So, anyway, they went to the dance. And there was, he said, shit. I came up, he said, to dance, he said, not to fall asleep, walking around the floor. I could have done that at home. And he said, if I was dancing with that old woman, he said, I'd be more lively, he said. So he goes up to the bandmaster, he said, is there a funeral on here? He said, no. Well, he said, well, we're only playing, he says, until such time as the other guys come in. He says, and they're on their way now, they're a bit late. And he said, we were only killing time. Murphy says, a shilling to come in here is a lot of money, he said. You know, he said, a bob is a bob. Goes a long way, he says, and when you haven't got it, you can't get in at all. No matter how good, he said, you are, your friends are. So, anyway, he turned around and he the music started, the banjo, a fiddle, a boran, and an accordion. And Murphy said to him, he said, don't forget to rip it up now, boys, he said. I believe there's big prizes here tonight. I said, there is, Murphy, for the Irish dancers, he said. Oh, he said, I done a bit of Irish dancing when I was a child, he said. I won a lot of medals and cups. So he said, I'm going to have a go at it. It's going to cost you another shilling. I said, what is it, Murphy? What's the prize? 10,000 pounds, I said to him. He said, what could I do with 10,000 pounds? He said, I went down to the market, he said, I could buy what cattle is in it, he said, for 10,000. Or he said, I could buy a new tractor that I need for the plowing around those barns. Or he said, there's lots of things I could have. I'd be like a king. They said, Murphy, you'll never be a king. You're a poor man's son. He said, you know, I have a few quid in the bank, he said, you know. I do a lot of work around, I do a bit of carpentry, I build a couple of houses. I do a good job, he said, a better job than the builder. I put the material into it. So anyway, the music started. And he saw this girl over in the corner, and she had glasses. And she had the coddery. God, he said, her eyes twisted, he said, if I had hours of one off the night, he said, I'd straighten it for her. So, Murphy goes over and he said to him, could I have this dance? Oh, Murphy, she said, I was wondering when you were going to call. But he said, are you sure you can see with that eye? Oh, she said, I have a good eye, she said. She said, I have, this eye is strange, she said, and I should keep a patch over it. But he said, you won't need glasses now, because we'll be tap dancing and all that, you know. We go off for the 10 grand, he said, what do you think of it? Well, she said, they don't take much of me, because she said, they call me the riff-raff for the place. Well, he said, I'm called the riff-raff too. He said, but I have a few quid in my pocket. And that's a lot more than the farmers around here has, he said. Anyway, she said to Murphy, where'd you come from? He said, you see the hill up the road there? Yes, she said, about 10 miles up in the very top of it, he said. I live in that old rooms, he said, the old castle. Do you? She said, yeah, he said, I have a grand house up there, he said. I have everything I want. The only thing I don't have is a woman. But I don't think you'd like it, he said, with the ghosts up there at night. Ghosts, she said. I don't believe in that, Murphy, she said. I know that's only odd, pitch ugly. The guy is smart, he said. My ancestors, he said, could see him walking across the floor. And when I cook a bit of homemade bread, he said, and slices, he said, half the plate is gone before the night is out. And when I put on a pot of tea, he said, you're lucky you'll get a mug of tea out of it. I'd have to say this, Murphy, when he said, if you get up and dance, now, he said, before you start. The last time we were dancing, he says, your pants fell down, so take them off. But she said, I'm feeling the draft. He said, you're feeling more than the shagging draft, he said. If you don't take them off, they'll all make scandalise you, he said. So she went into the cloakroom and when she came out, and she said, I left them in the shelf. That's good, he said. Now we have more freedom to dance. So they started dancing. And there are 5 different couples out to dance, and they dance. And then 4 couples, and then 3 couples, and 2 couples. And it came to about 12:30 at night, and they said, well, you'll have to come back now next Saturday night to see who's going to be the winners. They dance, they're doing every type of Irish dancing. So the band leader came down to Murphy. He said, I didn't think you could dance like that at all. Oh God, he said, Murphy, my parents, he said, brought me to school, he said. I know it was a girls' school, he said. My mother put a skirt to me, she said it was a kilt. And they had a sweeping brush in the front here, he said. And so he said I was dressed up as a girl, and I danced. And I won medals and cups, he said. I went all over the country dressed up as a girl. He said, that's why I've shot there now, I make shorts as shot, he said. My hair was down my back, he said. And the brother was saying, isn't she very rough looking? He said they didn't know how rough I was, he said. So he said, you don't lose a thing like that at all, he said, when you're dancing. He said, it's like cycling a bike. Once you learn, you know how to do it always. So anyway, he brought your one home, and her father said, are you going to marry my daughter, Murphy? You wouldn't have. No, sir, he said, I only bought her home from the dance. But next Saturday night, he said, we have to be at the dance at 6:30. Because there's a post up, he says, for £10,000. And whoever wins that 10,000, he said, are the winners. And he said, there's a big silver cup, and there's £10,000. And he said, my Mary, he said, will win. He said, hold on a while now, he said. And there's a lot I could do with that 10,000, he said, to Murphy. And Murphy said, 1 second, he said, there'll be too much dancing, he said. And if I win it, he said, Mary won't get nothing. She'll get the cup. And he says, what the hell does she want the bloody cup for? Well, she can always pawn it, he said. Or bring it down to the silver street, he said. And get a few quid for it. And you will walk off with the 10,000. That's right, Murphy, that's how it is, he said, you know. Well, I don't agree with that at all. So you go dance yourself, Murphy. He said, win your way. If I have to do that, said Murphy, I'll do it. And if I have to get another young lady, he says, I'll get her. So she came around the back. To mind him, she said, he's full of that whiskey. He doesn't know what he's talking about. And I'll meet you at 6:30 next Saturday night, she said. One way or the other. He said, what do you mean? I'll either be half dead, she said, or else he'll have me chained up inside in the house. But I'll come out, she said. I'll get out you. But Murphy, she said, you're not going to win the 10,000. We can split the 10,000, she said, 5,000 each. She said, that's right. Do you think I was going to put it in my pocket and walk away? But first we have to win the cup. The mother couple, he said, from Kildare, or spot on. And you made 2 mistakes, he said, and they didn't get it. But now he said, no more mistakes. I had him itch. Well, he said, make sure that we itch, he said, next Saturday night. But she said, if I get an itch, I have to scratch it. He said, I'm telling you, he said, get some of that liniment, he said, that your father has for the cows, and rub it onto it, and you'll have no itch, he said. I'll do that now, he said. He said, goat is very good, he said. But he didn't tell her what was going to do to her. So the dance started at 6:30, and there was 2 couples up on the floor, and they danced and danced and danced. Then they had to dance single dancing, see, do that. So Murphy got up anyway, he's dancing. The sweat was up and down, he said, it's never worth it, he said, fucking kill yourself, he said, and they're making big bucks out of you. So anyway, they called in Murphy, and it was her turn to get out, she was going to get. And she went out, she started dancing. And the next thing, she was nearly kicking the light bulbs over the ceiling. She was rising on like so high. And they said, she seems to be in great form tonight. The legs are moving in all directions. Murphy said. She's done some great running, he said, and exercises, he said. And she hangs over the tree, he said, with her feet. He said, I don't know what he does to your head, he said, but tonight, he said, I think he said, Murphy, she's very good tonight. The man, he said, she's spot on. So when the music stopped, she stopped and she said, "Excuse me, I have to make a pee." So she went out, and Murphy was so say, Murphy went out there. He said, "You all right?" Murphy, she said, "You're fucker. That enemy," she said, "has burned the fanny off me." And she said, "I was jumping," she said, "to try and occupy my mind." Well, he said, "We won anyway tonight," he said. And they got second prize, he said, of £1,000 and a rubber cup. "What do you mean a rubber cup?" "Well," he said, "the cup they get," he says, "and what we're talking about. We'll have a silver cup. So you take that home to your father," he said. "But 1 second now, Murphy," she said, "there's 5,000 above it." "No," he said, "just tell your father that we lost, and that'll shut him up." So she went home to her father and she told him, she said, "We lost. The other couple won the money and we got the cup. We came in second." "Fuck it," she said. "I needed that money. I am up to my neck in debt. I wouldn't wonder you would," she said. "You're down in Reardon's pub every night, drinking whiskey," she said. "A pint isn't good enough, you. It's a gallon of it." "Well," he said, "it would have been handy." "Yes," but she said, "What about me? What about you?" He said, "And you're getting 3 meals a day. And you're a nice big lion. And you're everything you want," he said. "You can go in and sit down to the table and have a cup of tea if you want it. But I don't get paid for what I do," she said. "Well," he said, "if you're not like that," he said, "there's the door there. And off you go." So she went in, she was crying and she threw her gear together. She said, that's the gratitude," she said, "I guess. When you were sick," she said, "I done everything for you," she said. "I gave up my job," she said, "to come in and look after you. And now," she said, "you're telling me to get out of the house." "Well," he said, "you're getting everything, you're still looking for pocket money." "I'm entitled to pocket money," she said. "I work hard enough. But since," she said, "you are the way you are, you can stick your house up in your hole," she said. And she said, "as far as your whiskey is concerned, there's a well out there, she'll stick her head in it and drink. You're getting a pension," she says, "and if you don't like that, sell your cow," she said, "and pay off your own debt." So out the door she went and off up the road. And Murphy was sitting above at the fountain and he's smoking a fag. He says, "What happened to Mary?" "The bastard," she said, "told me to get out of the house. He was waiting for the 10,000 He said, "Well, what?" He said, "The public house," she said, "Reardon's pub. He gets whiskey in there every night. So he told me straight," she said, "I get 3 meals a day, I have a nice bed to lie in, I have a table to sit down and want a cup of tea. I'm not entitled to pocket money." He said, "Your father's a greedy man," he said. "My parents were the same." He said, "All the farmers in the country are the same. Do you think because," he said, "you're working," he said. "They're treat us," he said, "like they're animals. That's what we are. We're 2-legged animals," he said. An animal can't think for itself like we can." So he said, the brothers sent to the wall and they said, "Well, we'll make them work. And then if you're looking for money afterwards," he said, "you get knocked up." He said, "Just throw me in. Did you look under the mattress?" He said, "because normally everybody's in there," he said. "If I had thought of that, Murphy," she said, "I would have searched it. Or up in the attic," he said. "Or out in the cow house," he said. "There's always money around," he said, "because to hide it. They don't believe in putting it in the bank," he said. "They get some interest in the bank," he said, "but," he said, "they prefer to hide their money and say, we have no money with poor farmers. So that way," he said, "they're not getting taxed by the government." And he said, "They won't take a cheque off you. You have to give them cash. Because a cheque," he said, "like this cheque, the government will get so much tax off it. Well, she says, when we go to the bank, will we get, oh yes, we get it, he said, but the bank, he said, will have to pay so much to the government. That's how it goes, he said. And they get the money one way or the other off of us, he said. Because the banks don't lose out either, he said. They're like the government. So Murphy went down, he said, can you change that for me? He said, what we got, Murphy? He said, you want 10,000? Well, I didn't, he said. Myself and Mary did, he said. And I want to give her 5,000. Mary, he said, that's an awful lot of money, but you're not putting it in the bank. No, she said to him. Put 5,000 up in the counter, and I'll tell you what I'll be doing with it. So he counted out 5,000. Now, she said, I have a suitcase here. I'm going to the airport. And I'm going to book a ticket for America. But he said, that's going to cost you, he said, a couple of hundred. That's grand, she said. But remember, she said, I'll have 4,000. Yes, £100, she said, when I get to America. And I get myself a good job, she said, and a place to stay. That's what I'm going. And it'll keep me for a while, she said, until I get work. Murphy said, you're doing the right thing, Gary, he said. You should do the same, Murphy. God, no, he said. I couldn't do that, he said. He said, because you're a man. That's right, he said. Just talk around, walk around, he said. I done a big job this morning. I know, she said. You done, she said, the fireplace, you done the wall. You done the fireplace. You done a footpath, she said, for 5 shillings, she said, she's a mangy old bitch. But you lost it, Murphy, she said. Do you remember that big light, she said, that you were lifting up at the front of the house? That's right. Well, the next time you lift it up, she said, there's a trunk underneath and it's full of money. He said, you're joking me. That's where she puts her money, he said. She keeps nothing in the house because the house broke into several times. There was nothing to take. They got nothing, she said. And she started crying and everybody was giving her this, that and the other thing. I said, no, I'm going. So no, she said, Murphy. And she said, will you write to me? I'll send you my address just when I get to America. And when you write to me, she said, and tell me how much you got, I will, he said. If it comes to that, I'll do that. But he said, she needs to get buried, doesn't she? Ah, she said, the charity will bury her, so don't worry about it. But she said, you want to try and get her to sign over the property to you, Murphy. And if you make her back to 4 shillings, there's not 5 shillings, she'll think about that. So, Murphy, he kissed the girl, he said, you're doing the right thing. And if I see your father, he said, I'll knock his head off. Ugly bastard, he said. He said, that's what my parents said to me. I was sitting down at the table, he says, and my father said, you're not going to work. I'm working, he said, since 3 o'clock this morning. I milked the cows. I went down and brought the cows up to the dairy, I milked them, brought the milk to the dairy. I fed the calves, I fed the pigs. I collected the eggs from the chickens, he said. And in all that, he said, I went away and ploughed the land. And when I asked him for a few bob, he said, aren't you getting 3 meals a day? Haven't you a fine bit of land? The clothes you have, aren't they good? So what do you want money for? So he said, I said, nothing, I just stood up and walked over. Well, that's what you do, no? Just get down to them, nearly here, she said. So he was passing me, he saw her outside in the car, and he said, what's wrong with you, Mary? Why don't you say this? I said, but my old back is giving me trouble, Murphy, she said. And he was watching where the fly was. I must do a job around the front of the house too, he said, some evening. I said, you won't have to do anything, Murphy, she said. That's fine. I like to wear tears, she said. I don't want you not in church. Okay, I said. So he came along, he said, hold out your hand. So she held out, he said, there's a shilling back. You're an honest man, Murphy. So he watched her. And she lifted up the flag and she dropped the money in the box. He said, I know what it is now, he said. And the quicker you go, Mary, he said to me. So she was shipped to the hospital. Murphy went down, he counted the money. He lifted up the flag, he counted the money. And there was £25,000 inside it. There was gold sovereigns, there was half crowns, 2 bombs. There was 10 shilling notes, but they were all in a bottle. So he put them all back again. He said, I want that. I better go to the hospital and see her, he said. Are you sure, Mary? He said, but you're not stuck with you, Bob. No, she said, I'm fine. I have my funeral arrangements and all paper. She said, everything is paper. But he said, you're not dead at all yet. He said, well, she said, the charity here, she said, will bury me. And whatever money, she said, in my pension, she said, the undertaker said he'd pay her. He'd only take a small amount. And there'd be flowers put in my career. And he said, I don't think they'll grow, Mary. He said, where are you going? I don't give a shit, she said. I'll be dead. So a week afterwards, Mary, they went in to give her breakfast. And she was dead. And Murphy went up and he opened the box and he got his money. No, Mary, he said, you can kiss my ass now, Mary, he said. He said, you got too much charity work, don't you? As you said, he said, you were a bad woman in your time. Now, he said, it's time to pay. And off he went up the road. That's it. That's the story. Are you happy now with that? Are you happy with it?